Hey guys, and welcome back to the FFFHQ, where I have a ballin' recipe for you. That's right, we're gonna make some meatballs. Sweet and sour meatballs to be exact. Growing up, this is my mom's go-to recipe and it was one of my favorites. But it was loaded with refined sugar and strange jams and other strange ingredients, so I gave it a healthier makeover. So today we're gonna make paleo-friendly, gluten-free, and Whole30 sweet and sour meatballs, and you're never gonna be able to guess the secret and natural sweetness. So let's dive right into this recipe. So step one to making meatballs is to make meatballs. So we're gonna dice a little bit of green onion, about 1/4 cup or so. Just measure out about 1/4 cup. And then right into a bowl. So now we have a pound of grass-fed ground beef. I like to use a 93% fat. You can use a little bit less or a little bit more, whatever your favorite meatball meat is. We have a little bit of salt and pepper. And 1 egg. Now you can use a spoon to mix, but I think it's a lot easier just to use your hands. Yeah, it's a little messy, but it's easier and it's gonna give you more tender mixed meatballs. So get your hands in there and mix it all together. To see no close-ups of mixing the meat because it ain't pretty. But once it's all mixed up, you want to add 4 teaspoons of coconut flour. This is going to absorb the excess moisture and make them perfectly tender meatballs. So once it's all mixed up, your coconut flour is nice and absorbed. The easiest way to roll meatballs, you can do it by hand if you're one of those super fancy people, but I like to use a cookie scoop, makes a perfectly sized meatball. So you're going to roll them just till they fill the scoop. And then you can roll them between your hands a little bit just to give that nice round shape. And put them on a parchment paper or Silpat lined cookie sheet. Once you've got your meatballs perfectly balled, you should have about 20 or so of them. We're gonna take them back to the stove to cook. So I'm gonna bake them at 400 degrees for about 16 to 18 minutes. Make sure you don't overbake them or else they'll be really dry and not juicy, just a whole lot of bad. Are you ready to get a little saucy? Because we gotta make some sweet and sour sauce. That means you know what time it is. It's onion goggle time. We're gonna dice half a small onion. Remove those onion goggles and let's take it back to the stove to make our sauce. So we have all of our onions and we're gonna add them into a large pot. So first ingredient in our sauce is some grape juice. Normally you use grape jelly, but we're gonna use 100% grape juice, which has no other sugars, no other anything, and it's gonna give us that nice sweetness and that grape flavor. Now we have a little bit of tomato sauce, which is high in lycopene, which is an antioxidant that is going to help prevent cell damage in your body and also fight cardiovascular disease, or which is a heart disease, just like the keto chili recipe. And we have a little bit of tomato paste. Some apple cider vinegar just to balance out some of the sweetness. You can also use coconut vinegar, whatever you have on hand. Now the secret sweetness is dates. Dates are a fresh fruit, but these are dried. All the dates that you buy in store are dried. They're high in fiber to keep you full and to prevent blood sugar spikes. And the seasonings are some Tabasco sauce, some dry mustard, some garlic, salt and pepper, and the super secret ingredient to making you the best sauce with the most depth of flavor is a little pinch of ground allspice. So add that into your pot. And then we're gonna turn it up to a high heat and bring it to a boil. So once it's at a boil, you want to boil it for 1.5 minutes and then we'll turn it down to a medium to simmer. So while we're waiting for our sauce to boil, we're going to get our workout on and do some burpees. So make sure you come back next week because we're going to put that together with something else and make a full body workout. Now let's get back to those meatballs. While our sauce is bubbling away, our meatballs are ready to come out. After 1.5 minutes are up and it's really boiling away. Oh, watch yourself. Turn it down to medium and we're gonna cook it for about 7 or 8 minutes just until it begins to thicken. So after about 8 or 9 minutes, you can see it's really, really thick and it's no longer liquidy. So now we're gonna go blend it up. So we wanna blend up all those dates and those onions. We don't want a chunky sauce. So we're gonna put it into a high-powered blender. And we're gonna blend it until it's nice and smooth. If you don't have a high-powered blender, you can definitely use a 3-cup small food processor, just a pro tip. Once everything is creamy smooth, we're just gonna add it into a bowl. Get everything out of your way so we can get bowling. You can add your meatballs into your sauce. Now I'm just going to stir it all together until it's nice and coated. I don't know what that was. That was some kind of meatball stir dance. So once we're all mixed up, it's time to serve. I have a little bit of a cauliflower rice because they're Whole30 and paleo friendly. You could also use regular rice, whatever floats your boat. Just going to scoop those meatballs onto our rice. A little more green onion just for good measure. And there you have it. Whole30 friendly, paleo friendly, sweet and sour meatballs with no sugar, naturally sweetened with dates and grape juice. Who would have guessed? They're super delicious. So just before you go, I wanted to share some scripture with you because I've been kind of struggling with worry this week. So I thought I would share one of my kind of go-to verses that when I'm struggling with this, I say it in my head and it just kind of calms me down. It's Matthew 6:25, and it says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you'll eat or drink, or about your body, what you'll wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes?" This has been really encouraging me this week, and I hope it really encourages you as well. I also hope that you feel encouraged to try these meatballs. And if you do, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I'd also really appreciate a like and thumbs up of this video. You can grab the full recipe in the video description below. And make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm delivering healthy and delicious gluten-free recipes to you every single week. Make sure you come back next week because we have a low-carb and keto-friendly snack that you do not want to miss. So go enjoy your meatballs and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.